is a quiet moment that comes to everyone, not in the middle of noise, not while rushing through endless tasks, not when the world is asking things of you. But at the end of the day, when the lights dim, when the voices fade, when even your own distractions begin to fall away, you are left with something simple and yet unavoidable: yourself. And in that stillness, almost like a whisper from within, a question begins to rise. Not loud, not forceful, but honest. How did I really live today? Most days we do not stop long enough to ask this. We measure our day by productivity, by how much we completed, by how tired we feel. But beneath all of that, there is a deeper measure, one that cannot be seen from the outside. Was I truly awake today? Human beings and animals are in many ways remarkably similar. We share the same needs. We feel hunger, fatigue, desire, fear. Even in our biology, the difference is small. And yet within that small difference lies something infinitely meaningful. Animals live according to instinct. They do not question their impulses. They do not step outside of themselves to examine their own lives. They simply respond to hunger, to danger, to desire. They live because they are alive. Nothing more is asked of them. But you have been given something more. You can pause in the middle of an emotion and choose not to act on it. You can observe your own thoughts instead of being carried by them. You can ask questions that have no immediate answer. Why am I living this way? What kind of person am I becoming? Is this the life I truly want? This ability to step back, to reflect, to choose, is not small. It is everything. And yet, this is where something quiet but serious happens. Because even though we have this ability, we do not always use it. Many days pass in a blur. We wake up already tired. We reach for our phones before our thoughts. We move quickly from one task to the next. We react instead of respond. We speak without thinking. We feel without examining. We get irritated. We get distracted. We get pulled into small, repetitive patterns. And before we know it, the day is over. And if we are honest, there are days when we never truly arrive in our own lives. Days when we were physically present, but inwardly absent. Days when we lived, but did not really live. So tonight, do something different. Do not escape this moment. Do not fill it with noise. Stay here and ask yourself gently but truthfully, did I live today with awareness? Or did I simply follow whatever I felt in the moment? Did I choose my actions? Or did my habits choose for me? Did I slow down even once, long enough to notice what I was doing? Did I treat others as people with their own inner worlds? Or did I move past them without seeing? Did I listen? Did I reflect? Did I grow even slightly? Or did I just repeat? If something inside you feels unsettled as you ask these questions, do not ignore it. That feeling is important. It is easy to silence it with distraction. It is easy to cover it with entertainment or busyness. But if you stay with it, you will notice something. It is not just discomfort, it is awareness. It is the part of you that knows you are capable of more. More attention, more intention, more depth, more humanity. So if today feels like a day you lived mostly on autopilot, do not respond with shame. Respond with honesty. Say quietly, today I was not fully awake. Today I followed the easiest path. here is something an animal can never experience. The ability to recognize yourself, to see your own life from the outside. This is the beginning of change. You are not stuck. You are not defined by one day. You are someone who can notice, and therefore someone who can choose again. Now, as this day comes to an end, stand for a moment in this quiet space between what has already passed and what has not yet come. Behind you is a finished day, unchangeable. Complete. In front of you is something still open. Tomorrow. And tomorrow will not announce itself as something extraordinary. It will look ordinary, familiar, perhaps even repetitive, but hidden inside that ordinary day is something powerful. Choice. Tomorrow you will feel emotions again. You will be interrupted. You will be challenged. You will be tempted to rush, to react, to fall back into patterns. But within those small moments, there will be space, a small gap, just enough to choose differently. Tomorrow you can pause just for a second before speaking. Tomorrow you can notice when frustration rises and decide not to be ruled by it. Tomorrow you can look at someone, truly look, and recognize that they too are living a life as complex as yours. Tomorrow you can remember, even briefly, that your life is not just something happening to you. It is something you are shaping. You are not here merely to exist. You are not here to move endlessly between comfort and discomfort. You are not here to live and die without ever asking why. You are here to become aware, to grow beyond instinct, to choose beyond impulse, to live beyond repetition, to become slowly and intentionally a fully human being. So tonight, before you fall asleep, do not rush past this moment. Let it stay with you. Let it settle somewhere deep and say quietly but clearly, I do not want to live unconsciously. I do not want my days to pass without meaning. I want to live as a human being, even if imperfectly, even if slowly, even if you fail and begin again, because this is the truth. Being human is not something you are once. It is something you practice. It is something you return to. It is something you choose. In small invisible moments, again and again. And tomorrow, when the day begins again, when everything looks the same on the surface, you will be given that quiet, powerful opportunity once more to drift or to awaken, to react or to choose, to pass through the day or to truly live within it. And in that unseen, ordinary moment, you will decide not just how your day will go, but who you are becoming. So when that moment comes, remember this question. Carry it with you. Return to it. Will I live today as something that's simple?